All right. What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining the telebroadcast. So in today's video, we got our 3.0 mock draft, but we got a little bit of a twist to it because we got two other guys here. We got Austin, who's a reoccurring guest right now, and we got Paul, who's a new guest, special guest. You guys want to say hi real quick?
Going on?
What is up?
All right, so in today's video, pretty much what we're doing here, I've seen this kind of been done before and this style done before as far as this mock draft goes, but pretty much how it's going to work is I get the first pick, Austin gets the second pick, Paul gets the third pick, and then we just repeat that order. So then, therefore, I would get the fourth, Austin would get the fifth, and then Paul gets the sixth. And obviously, if you guys want to come in, like, each of us wants to say something about each pick, I'm totally fine with that as well. I think it'd be pretty fun. But you guys need to say before we start?
Yeah.
Cool with it. Sounds good.
All right, so cool. Obviously, I get the first pick, like I said before, and obviously, I'm going to make this nice and quick. Obviously, I've had this guy as the first pick in the draft since it started. Everyone has in general. I think ever since this kid joined Clemson and got out of college or got out of high school, he's been the first pick in whatever draft he was going to go into. And that's obviously going to be Trevor Lawrence. I'm assuming I don't have much of an argument against that or anything like that.
Nothing at all.
No, yeah, it's like, it's locked in.
I honestly wouldn't even doubt it. This man's already got the playbook to the Jaguars.
I feel like the entire.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
If Trevor Lawrence didn't get picked number one, I don't know what this draft would. I would be like, wow, I don't know where this draft is going now at this point.
I think it would be the surprise of the century if Trevor Lawrence picked the first pick.
Easily. It's like whoa. Like if they were to pass on him, but I mean with the two pick, we know what's happening here. Now we know what's happening. Last time I was on this mock draft, I was like, maybe they're taking Zach Wilson now. Yeah, now they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
100%.
Sam Darnold for a second, a fourth, and a fifth. They're taking Zach. They're restarting. They want their guy. They want their quarterback. Mm-hmm. They're restarting with Zach Wilson. And
I think the last time that you were on this podcast, we were talking about maybe, they still got Sam Darnold. Maybe Salah likes Sam Darnold. Maybe Douglas likes Sam Darnold. Maybe there's a chance they take Penei Sewell or a weapon and try to restart with Sam Darnold,
I do think was definitely talked about. I mean,
100%.
They've had discussions and they just think. I get it. Why they're doing it. They want to restart on a rookie contract. They want to develop their guy. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. I guess the whole thing for taking Zach Wilson at 2 for restarting our whole franchise basically. But I still think Sam Darnold's a good quarterback. I think he's gonna tear it up in Carolina. I really hope. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I wish bad on him now. I hope he kills it out there.
Yeah,
now I got another team to root for.
No offense to you being a Jets fan, but you never really had a good chance at maybe doing anything really. To be honest.
Yeah, that's why I got to root for him. I hope he does well. I hope he doesn't just get to Carolina and it's like Teddy Bridgewater 2.0 or something.
All right, Paul, this is your pick now. It's San Fran. Who are you thinking?
They traded up, so I feel like they're taking that quarterback, which is reckless in my opinion, only because you still have not dealt Jimmy Garoppolo, and the quarterback market is already at a low. So with everyone already knowing you're taking a QB with Fields, or at least my prediction, you're taking Fields, it's just not going to bode well when you try to get rid of Garoppolo at the end.
So you think? Who do you think they're going with here? Do you think they're going Fields?
Yeah, Justin Fields, QB. It's going to be first QB to the Jags, Trevor, Wilson to the Jets at 2, and then Fields at 3, which is going to leave Atlanta in a predicament.
I agree with you, too. I think it's probably going to be Justin Fields as well. In my last mock draft, I don't know if you guys watched, but I had originally picked Mac Jones, and that was strictly just because Alabama and Ohio State had their pro days on the same day, and both Kyle Shanahan and the GM, John Lynch, of the Niners went to Mac Jones' pro day, and then he stunk it up. He was
he did not have a good pro day.
No, he was really bad. So Fields, and then Fields had a second pro day, and I think they went there. And obviously, I think Fields is the better player in general. And even when I made that pick for Mac Jones, I thought it was gonna be a weird pick. To be honest with you guys, but I think Fields would do better in Kyle Shanahan's offense. To be honest.
Personally, dude, I think there's only 3 QBs this year in this draft. They're going to have a chance at success in the future. I don't think Mac will be able to discussion within the next year or 2 years. I think he'll fall off. He'll be a backup somewhere, and then he'll kind of turn into Josh Rosen. Or do you disagree and you think Mac Jones has the potential to lead a team somewhere?
Yeah, I remember seeing comparisons of Mac Jones to like Tom Brady, and I was like, all right, like
my biggest problem with Mac Jones,
I'm
to be honest with you, is
they're
the
like,
man.
oh, he's not that athletic of a kid coming out of college, like kind of like same build like Brady. I'm like, all right, like
No.
Brady's like a
You don't
very
compare
rare
someone- you're not gonna
case,
compare someone's build, and you're not gonna compare someone like if I could compare like you have Tom Brady's build, like I'm not gonna like good
That's
luck.
what yeah, right. It's like, how do you make that comparison now? Like, how are you gonna say that he's gonna end up being good? Because
slower than line. He's slower than an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how that's an attribute to your draft stock.
No.
That's what I mean. I don't know.
And my biggest problem with Mac Jones too is like the man plays for Alabama. So like when you have Mac Jones playing at Alabama, like everyone's butt naked open.
It's like
the best wide receiver and best running back in college this year.
Yeah, I mean you have Najee Harris and Devontae Smith.
Like he was a product of his environment.
Yeah, like Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith are gonna be probably top 15 picks for the trip.
Yeah, both of them.
Najee Harris, first round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean Najee Harris probably should be a first round pick, but there's like
I think
a lot of talk.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're definitely gonna get there to him.
Yeah.
I think he's probably gonna go one of these later picks. To be honest with you, to a team that I think would benefit. Oh, like, I'm gonna have a little bit of technical difficulties here, but yeah, keep going. You guys go saying?
It's no, I think that's it. I mean, I'm pretty set on the 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks going.
Yeah, I feel like Niners trading up basically like solidified them like wanting a quarterback. I feel like you don't trade up other than what I mean, like for a quarterback, really.
I don't know.
No, I totally agree with you guys 100%. But onto this next pick with the Falcons. So I think the Falcons are 100% going to go Kyle Pitts here. And apparently, I just saw a report, and there's two things with this report that I just saw. Kyle Pitts apparently is being heavily looked at by the Falcons, and apparently they've fallen in love with him. So that means either two things. Either that means that they want like to get some smoke screens going here and try to get like a trade up from like maybe the Cowboys, who have also been reported to have loved Kyle Pitts, or they're actually like Kyle Pitts. And I'm not really sure, but I'm going to go with the report and say that they like Kyle Pitts, and they're going to stick that in there and make their offense even more dynamic with Matt Ryan getting a little older.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree. I mean, I think Kyle Pitts is like arguably like probably the most talented like player in the draft. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely arguably one of the most. I mean, dude, like he's a beast. He's a beast.
Agreed.
He's probably the best pure tight end that's come out of college. Like within like the last 10, 15 years or something like that. You know what I mean?
Like Kittle, like Gronk, and like
like he's not a bad pick no matter where you take him. I feel like he's gonna be a good player. You know what I mean?
I agree. Okay, Paul, who are you taking with Austin, who are you taking with the Bengals?
Oh, Bengals pick 5?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I mean for like
you go so many ways here because they have like their quarterback. So like
I know. I mean, I like if I'm the Bengals GM here, I mean, you're like kind of very not smart if you don't take an offensive lineman to try and protect Joe Burrow more. Like he's just coming off of like, didn't he just tear the shit out of his knee, Joe Burrow? Like
yeah.
You saw the picture of him like with the scar on his kneecap.
Yeah.
Like and then like now they're talking about taking Jamar Chase at 5. It's like, oh, you still have no offensive line really. Like they picked that like left tackle like 2 years ago.
Yeah, Williams.
He was supposed to be really good, but like tore his ACL like preseason or something and hasn't played a game yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, and their offensive line, was it not like bottom 5 for like the last 2-3 years in a row?
Probably.
Like,
yes, probably is.
I don't know. I feel like taking a wide receiver as a top 5 pick and passing on like, I don't know, an offensive lineman like Penei Sewell is definitely like hard to do. But I do think that they end up taking Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I think that they so are.
I do. I really feel like they're like the Bengals, and they're gonna be like, nah, we need a weapon.
Get a piece that we really use.
You know what I mean? Like,
your first overall.
which like doesn't make like a ton of sense to me, but it's like, all right, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I guess he's like arguably, the best. But like, you can always. There's so many wide receivers in like a draft. Like, you can get them second round, third. You know what I mean?
You're taking a wide receiver though. You're not even taking Devontae.
That's what I mean. Like,
well,
I don't know.
Jamar Chase is probably the number 1 wide receiver in this league.
He's been like the number 1, out of this draft class for a while.
Bengals don't need that receiver.
No, but and then hasn't like didn't Jamar Chase like he played with Joe Burrow. I
Yes.
think that you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, it's not like
yeah.
logical, like to the like where you're like, yo, the Bengals are just a disgrace of a franchise. Like they're making the right moves to an extent. It's just like what order they go in to make those moves.
I still think the bright move is taking Panay Sewell there if he goes, but like I think they're gonna pick Chase.
I agree with you. I think they're probably going to pick Chase as well, and this strictly is because, and I mentioned in my last mock draft that the Eagles said that the only wide receiver, we were talking about this earlier, the only wide receiver that they wanted at 6 was Jamar Chase, and due to the fact that they heard a report from Cincinnati saying that they love Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow loves Jamar Chase, they were like, screw it, we don't need to be here at 6. Let's trade down. Let's get more assets for the future. Which if Jamar Chase gets picked by the Bengals, it's a great move by the Eagles.
Yeah,
if
it was.
the Eagles got played out of Jamar Chase, I'm gonna laugh my ass off because again, I hate the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I mean, then if because then say the Bengals do take Panay Sewell at 5, then I think Miami's definitely taking Jamar Chase at 6.
I agree with you, but Paul, who do you think with this situation? Who do you think the Miami Dolphins are taking now?
But yeah, this is a tough one.
Depends where Pitts goes, and it depends what the Bengals do before. But if those were the picks in order, we're probably gonna go receiver, I'd imagine. Or do you go Sewell? I don't know.
You know?
Well, you got to make a pick here, Paul. So if you're the GM, who would you take here? You are in a cool situation. Your top needs are probably
I actually really like Miami's pick this year. Now that I'm looking at it,
it's a win-win.
Someone
situation.
really good is gonna fall to them.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation. It doesn't matter.
They traded up and they knew that, and they're literally like they're doing everything amazing.
Like they're gonna either get Panay Sewell or like a really good Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase weapon. So
yeah, I mean, I think back-to-back receivers. I'm going with Devontae Smith.
You're on Devontae Smith.
I think if Panay Sewell doesn't go to the Bengals and they take Chase, they're gonna panic and take Devontae.
For some reason, I see that too, right?
But if the other receivers there still, I don't know, they'll just be like, maybe we should take Sewell. But I think if Jamar Chase goes 5 to the Bengals, they're gonna panic and they're gonna be like, nah, get Devontae Smith.
Okay.
And Sewell will drop maybe another 2 picks or something.
I can see
that. Right. So I'll go Devontae Smith here for you. So yeah, I agree with that too. I've seen a lot of reports. There's been a lot of reports connecting Devontae Smith to him too as well. To be totally honest with you, so that doesn't make.
I've seen that.
That makes a lot of sense too. I wouldn't doubt that as well. But on with the next pick with the Lions. So I think the Lions here, and even you can even see their team needs is wide receiver. I mean, they lost Kenny Galladay, thankfully to us. And they need to start kind of rebuilding their team a little bit more as far as they need to get more weapons on that team because they don't have any weapons, and maybe you got to give something to Jared Goff as well. So I think this is a clear pick, and I think they're probably going to go with Jalen Waddle here. I think we might see 3 wide receivers in a row, which would be a first time, I think, maybe ever, that you have 3 wide receivers go in the first 10 picks.
I could see it. I wouldn't be shocked if they took a corner, though, either. And just said, like Jared Goff, like we're going to stack our defense this year, and we're going to just... Like,
I wouldn't be shocked. That's a good idea, too. I would not be shocked if you saw a corner there as well.
Oh, yeah, because didn't they just take Jeff Okudah at like 3 last year?
Yep, they took Jeff Okudah last year, and then maybe you want to get him another maybe you want to give him another guy on the other side. You never know. I would not be shocked about that either. That makes sense.
I feel like if you build that defense up, and then you like the Lions are still the Lions offensively, so it's like you kind of feel if you like Goff, Jared Goff or not. And you kind of figure out, like, this is like a year of testing with him, So if you just stack defense with the draft and then you find out if Goff is really your man for this year. Well, how long they took on his contract, right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I think they have him for at least another 3 years.
Probably.
Ew.
So,
yeah.
But
dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like their head coach, I like their new head coach. Was it like Dan Campbell or something?
Yeah. He's kind of.
I actually kind of like him, but he is like walking into just like a tough.
Yeah.
Like that's
walking into like what the Jets were like.
Yeah, but like he doesn't even get a choice of like his quarterback. He just got thrown in with this quarterback that's on this massive contract, and like that's so hard to build a team. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to build a team around that now. Like especially if you're trying to rebuild the Detroit Lions, like they say there are. They just got like fired their whole coaching staff. They just got rid of everyone again. Now it's like, why'd you trade for Jared Goff and take on that whole contract then?
They traded for Goff and then restarted their whole staff.
I think they fired their whole staff and then traded for Goff.
And then hired the new coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was alluding.
Yeah.
Well, they're a weird organization in general. They don't really make good moves in general, to be honest.
Well, nah, that's why they'll just be like a 5-9 team, whatever, the 5-6-1 team. For the
Yeah,
next
right.
I'm not bothered. Have fun with Jalen Waddle. Next,
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one, who did make a great move, which getting Sam Darnold. Me and Austin have talked about this before. I agree with this. It's a good move. But Austin, this is your pick. Who do you think they're going to pick to help Sam Darnold out?
No, I really think here that they take Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to build. I think if he falls here, then they have to. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Especially because they already have they have a pretty good right tackle and like Tyler Moton, or I forgot his name. Tyler Moton.
Run game. At an established run game with.
Yeah, exactly. But with Christian McCaffrey too, like get that left side anchor now with Sewell. You know?
You're just adding more depth.
No, yeah.
And
you're adding a really good starter. So like with Penei Sewell, he's starting right away. Penei Sewell.
Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt about that. He's going right day one.
Like whatever team he's drafted to is going to be a starting, pretty good offensive lineman.
No, I'd agree with that 100,000.
Yeah.
100%. And they also already have good weapons in general. And with our situation here, there's not a single weapon for them to take in general. So if this is the situation, Penei Sewell is there.
I think so. Yeah, and I wouldn't like reach for any other weapon really at this point.
No.
You have that's what I meant by depth though. But like you have every piece except like that beastly O-line.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
You have Robbie Anderson, who just played with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have DJ Moore is going to be a really good wide receiver. I think.
That's wide receiver one next year.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, and they have Curtis Samuel's really good too. He slept on.
He's not on the team anymore. He's on the football team.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's really good though.
Yeah.
He was fast. He was a fast motherfucker.
All right, Paul. On to your pick now with the Broncos. Who are you taking here?
This is a hot take. I'm saying they take Trey.
I don't know if that's a hot take. I feel like that might be a good.
Really.
Luck's just not it, and I don't know. I hope if they could realize that this year, great for them. But if they got to waste another year going 5-6 wins, maybe then.
I think that's a good pick. To be honest,
I think that's a good pick too, man. I don't think Drew Lock is really it either.
No, he's not.
Sucks.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, so it's like maybe you do take a chance on Trey Lance here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, you have your boys compete it out.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
And they got a great offense, dude. They have their wide receiver weapons are great.
They have a lot of I was actually more surprised that Denver. I think it was Drew Lock, honestly, that held them back. You know, because they have like Noah Fant, he's tight end, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. They have like a very pretty nice young wide receiver core and weapons, honestly.
Noah Fant.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's a beast tight end.
Top 5.
Yeah. I would say so too, probably.
LC, Darren Waller, and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is on to my pick with the Cowboys, and again, I am a big Giants fan, as you guys know. So the Cowboys, and it's going to pain me to do this, it really is, but I think they're between two kind of players. I think if they're smart, they take a cornerback because that's a bigger need, in my opinion, for them is taking a cornerback. But I think because Jerry Jones just is enamored by offense in general, I think they're probably going to take Rashawn Slater here. And it sucks because, again, I'm a big Giants fan. I want us to take him. But I think the best need for them, the biggest thing that Jerry Jones always wants to fix his offense and make his offense great. And their offensive line is getting a little older. And I think that this only makes sense to them is to make their offensive line a little younger and a little better by taking Rashawn Slater. But do not be surprised if they take one of these two corners at Patrick Surtain or J.C. Horn. Do not be surprised.
I consider them equals in talent. For certain.
All right, Austin. Now you have a pretty big pick for this channel. Now
I got the Giants pick.
You have the Giants pick.
I got the Giants pick. I'm looking at this right now, and
dude,
I'm not sure if the Giants go with
I don't know what they do here.
Either Patrick Surtain, J.C. Horn, or I think Micah Parsons. You know, I don't.
Not both.
Because I don't think that any pick is really wrong here. Because I think J.C. Horn is a really good corner. You know, I think he's and Patrick Surtain, I think he's really good too. And that's what I mean. Those three.
Now let me set the field for you real quick right now.
Yeah, wait. Now what would you say? You know what I mean?
So here's the thing with the Micah Parsons situation. I think Micah Parsons is gonna fall, but there has been a pretty big insider report who said about Micah Parsons that the Giants are hoping he doesn't fall to them because they don't want to have to make the choice of picking him because they love the player, but they're afraid of the extracurricular stuff that's happened around him. There's been like some pretty interesting allegations that have happened around Micah Parsons as far as like hazing goes and stuff like that. There's been some things that have happened.
That's a corner then if he has like off-field issues, especially to go match up with your boy Bradbury already, who's top.
Oh, we signed Adoree Jackson. That's my other.
That's what I mean. I'm like you don't, because you have like your lockdown corners already. But I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like if you were to take J.C. Horn here, your corners would be
gross.
Who's your linebacker though? That I forgot his name.
Blake Martinez.
Yeah.
I love him too. He's nasty. Like I don't know. You go linebacker or corner here, it's working out beautiful.
Ah man, this is a tough pick.
I like
now that you say about that thing about the whole because Micah Parsons thing, like the Giants like hoping that he doesn't,
So they clearly like him, you know what I mean? That's why I'm super interested in draft night to be like they like him a lot as a player.
Because he's a good player. He is really good. He is.
I think Micah Parsons is a top 5 player in this draft.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm like really like the Giants should take him. I think that I would. Yeah, I think that's Micah Parsons. I think that's the pick. Yeah.
I agree. I would be ecstatic if we
if they were to pass on him here and take like Patrick or J.C. Horn instead, I'd be like.
Well, there's also reports of them taking like an edge rusher too, and if they're gonna do that, and actually, sorry, not to cut you off, but just a little bit of breaking news. There has just been some breaking news in the Giants, and that they're open to trading back in the first round, which I would love because then if they do that, I think you get better. I think they're gonna get an edge rusher, and the edge rushers this year I don't think are worth 11, but I think they'd be worth a later first round pick. So that's something
I was just about to say. I'm not a big fan of this edge rushing class. Like, I don't think that like really like any of them are worthy of like a top 15 pick, honestly.
I agree with you. I agree.
I don't trade back if
like they're hyping that kid Jalen Phillips up. I don't think he's that good. I don't know.
I'm not taking an edge in the 15. Honestly, if I'm the Giants, like, and you can't get those top 3 golden receivers there, then like I'd probably trade back. I'd go with trade.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But the problem is our GM Gettleman has never traded back ever in his whole career, ever being what you call it.
It seems like you guys are so set on like that receiver, Like that's what I've had from like the last so many months. Like let's get this number 1 receiver for.
But we got a number 1 receiver in Galladay.
Like
they
like what you got? Okay, so you got Kenny Galladay, and then you got like Devontae Smith, and then you got I forgot.
Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, John Ross. That would be like kind of lineup.
John Ross is not like I rather have Kenny Galladay, Devontae Smith, and then the other 2 guys for my 4. With Saquon back, ready to have a breakout year after his injury.
Dude, there's an argument for that too. And honestly, with the Giants pick, I feel so like blessed because I'm happy with anything. I really am. I really am happy with anything.
It's like your team's there now too.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like there's so many ways we could go. We have so many pieces we need. It's like you look here. It's like
like the Giants are like there.
It's like we kind of have that piece too. It's like there's not many holes left you need to fill. So
I honestly did not. Now that I'm thinking about it, like Micah Parsons has to be the pick almost. I think he's going to anchor that defense. I think he's going to anchor the defense.
He would make that defense so insane.
I think he would be like that final like missing piece with like a Bobby Wagner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that like
he would be
anchor, like the fucking field general on your team type shit.
Well, not your playoff team. If you draft Micah Parsons and he turns into like even a remote.
Yeah, dude. I think he's gonna be like a field general, like anchor on that defense.
Yeah. Okay. So on to the next pick, Paul. This is your pick now, Paul, with the Eagles. And again, make sure you can look at this. There is like team needs and stuff like that. So make sure.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
okay, good.
Well, I mean, they traded back, right? What were they initially?
They were initially at 6.
They were the 6, right? So that means they weren't with Kyle Pitts. They got rid of Wentz. I think they're gonna take a corner here. So like picks here, I'd say like Horn. I'd say they take J.C. Horn, whatever one happens to be.
Yeah.
Who would you like? Either one?
I like Horn. I think Horn's a better player.
Okay, so we'll go J.C. Horn. Now, I agree. I think that'd be a good pick by them. I think they need to rebuild. They need to rebuild big time, and corner would help out.
Yeah.
new QB still, like first year, and they're literally telling him that he's gonna have to compete for his job. It's a mess over there.
Yeah,
If anything, like when your offense is a mess, I just worry about when you're rebuilding. Go defense.
I agree.
Go wrong.
Okay, so now I'm back at 13. I think this is a super easy pick, and honestly, I'm going to make it pretty short for you guys. I think it's going to be Christian Darrisaw here. A lot of people really like him as offensive tackle, and I just think in general, like the Chargers' offensive line is not great. You have solid weapons of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Austin Eckler, and you have your quarterback. Like I think what's his name? I think Justin Herbert may be a top 10 quarterback. Like that kid is gross. So now it's time to start protecting that kid and just go with your offensive tackle and protect him. That's, I think, the best pick there.
I'd agree.
All right. Okay, on next pick with the Vikings. Who are you taking here, Austin?
Yeah.
See, like I'm like trying to think with the Vikings, man. Like
O-line, more help for Cook maybe. Or...
Would you say? Oh, I don't. It wasn't really like their offensive line that was like so bad, you know.
Kirk. I feel like it's really just Kirk personally, but that's always
right. Like, but I don't think that there's no shot that they're taking like a quarterback. You know what I mean? Here, like they're not taking Mac Jones or nothing.
Oh no,
like,
they're still going with Kirk because he puts up winning seasons for them, but he's just not a Super Bowl winning caliber quarterback.
You know, for some reason, I think that they would just take like a defensive player here,
like an edge or something.
They have been linked to Kwity Paye a lot. If I give you a little
have they with
yeah.
Have they?
Yeah, they have been known to like Kwity Paye, and I agree with you. They kind of want to maybe bulk up their defensive line a little better too.
Yeah, I feel like because I feel like they did like their defense would get like ran on a lot last year. Now that I think about it,
yeah.
But I don't really like. I mean, Kwity Paye's pretty good. Yeah, all right. We'll go Kwity Paye. We'll go with Kwity Paye here.
All right, Kwity Paye.
We'll go with Kwity Paye here.
I like that pick. It's not a bad pick. And now, Paul, this is a huge pick for you because I forgot to mention this before, but Paul is lucky enough because Paul is a huge Patriots fan. So this is Paul's pick, and we get to hear what the Patriot fan actually thinks the Patriots are going to do this draft.
Well, and Bill, we trust. I'd love it if we got to do what we were talking about before the video even started, and if we could make a trade back and get Jordan Love from the Green Bay Packers, because Aaron Rodgers, he ain't going nowhere. He just won an MVP.
Yeah.
50 touchdowns, like almost broke records, and everyone was saying that he should have retired the year before. He almost went to the Super Bowl. He ain't going nowhere. He's playing for another 3 years. And with that being said, he is going, or they're going to have to get rid of Jordan Love. And hopefully if they trade back, I mean, I don't know. Will they trade with Green Bay? So Green Bay would have the 15 then, right?
Yeah.
That's what I hope.
Yeah.
So would I be picking here for Green Bay? Because
we can do a trade if you'd like.
Really banging they trade back.
Oh,
really,
you do? You hope that trade goes through now that I told you that, right?
Oh, because that's a great idea, bro.
Like, okay. So
yeah, no. Like when I saw that, I was like, wow, like that.
Premium.
I need premium. That's some scum shit. I didn't realize that. All right, whatever. But well, that's messed up. All right, but it's all good. It's all good. We can. So if you would like to act like this is the Green Bay Packers pick, you could do that. I'm fine with that as well. So who would you think the Green Bay Packers take here then?
Tucker, maybe. If they trade back, Packers get up, they're gonna take an alignment.
Tucker, I agree. And again, this is reports coming off that Paul or Austin was saying that apparently there's some inside reports saying that the Patriots and Green Bay have been talking about maybe swapping first rounds and trading Jordan Love to each other. There has been reports about that. I don't know how legit that is.
I gotta find the video for you guys.
But yeah, maybe Austin can send us a video later. But yeah, that's kind of the report. And now we could. So now I'm at 16 with the Cardinals, and I think this only makes sense. I mean, obviously, I think their big need is to have a corner. They don't really have a true number one corner. I don't know is Pat Pete still on that team. If Pat Pete's still on that team, he's super old. So I think this is a super easy pick, especially due to the fact that he's fallen here in Surtain. I think it's gonna be Surtain all the way.
I like that pick too.
Okay, Austin. Now you have the Raiders. Who do you think they're going here?
You know, personally, I really like that linebacker from Notre Dame. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah.
That Owusu.
Yep.
I think he's a really good player. I don't know
No, they're going
if the Raiders are gonna take him, because I hope that he falls to the Jets. Actually, that dude, that linebacker.
Okay.
right?
Because there was like talks about J.C. Horn possibly falling back, and I'm looking at it now. I'm like,
He's
no
not
way
falling.
J.C. Horn
He's not
falls.
making
You know
it
what
out.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
No chance he makes it out of 20
yeah, right. I just don't think so. I think
if he made it out of 20. Like
I can either see them taking like. No, yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick there. Honestly, I think he's a good pick.
I think it's a good pick as well. And apparently, I've heard that pretty much the Raiders have kind of summed it up to two positions. Either if one of like the tackles that they like, the top 4 tackles falls, then they'll go that, or they go defense. And I think it's a good pick. I mean, I haven't really heard great things about Tevin Jenkins, to be honest with you. I know he's not one of the top 4 guys. And so then maybe they'll value him that high and like, hey, screw it, like let's go with him.
That's what I was just because I was like, yeah, they do need an O-line help, but I don't know how like sold they are on like Tevin Jenkins or someone like that, Yeah.
No, I think it's a really good pick, Austin. I would probably agree with you on that, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next pick. Paul, I believe, has this pick now. Paul, who do you want them to go with? Paul?
I know. I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. All right. Thinking pretty hard on this one.
Who do we have them taking at 6?
We had them taking Devontae Smith.
So they took the receiver. They're going deep. They're going Jalen Phillips here. They're going to go grab an edge.
Jalen Phillips? And I like that connection as far as, especially due to the fact that the kids from Miami in general.
In Miami. Just keep it there.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
We'll see. All right, you're up for the 19th.
Well, and wow, I'm. Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, because I was about to say I'm surprised that QB is not one of their number 1 needs, but that makes sense now due to the fact they have Ryan Fitzpatrick. So maybe they feel good on him. But I guess I
don't know. The Skins are like one of those teams where they're like on the brink of either like they need to completely reset and rebuild as a franchise, or like get 2 banger moves by their front office just coming through, and they're a decent team again. But I
think they're probably gonna. Again, I don't really know how good Tevin Jenkins is, but I think they're probably gonna go him because they don't really have that great of off the line. Yeah. And I would have said Mac Jones there, but due to the fact they already have Ryan Fitzpatrick, I mean maybe they want Mac Jones to sit behind Ryan Fitzpatrick because you know how he's pretty streaky, and I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, I'll go Tevin Jenkins. I'll go offensive tackle. I feel like that's a good pick. Austin now with the Bears, and I think this is a pretty easy pick. Who you have them going with?
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
You think it's Mac Jones?
I do.
You do? All right. I wasn't sure because I can see Chicago taking Mac Jones here.
Oh, a young guy, and then like compete with Carson because that's where Carson went, right? He went
they have Andy Dalton.
Yeah, no, I'm taking
as their stuff, but like the thing is they're sold with Andy Dalton. That's why I'm
they paid like $37 million. So like
they're not sold on Andy Dalton. They only gave him like a 1-year, $11 million contract.
I thought they gave him 2 years.
I thought it was like a 2-year, like 27 mil or something.
I don't think so.
I thought they like locked my man's in for like a good 2 years.
No,
I know that they said that he was gonna start this year. They were like he's our guy.
Yeah, Andy Dalton got a 1-year, $10 million deal.
Okay.
Yeah. And with some incentives, they can get to 13 mil. So
okay, that changes things now. But does Chicago really take Mac Jones here?
I mean, who else would they go here, though? I don't really see it especially where they're at right now. Like, what else?
I know, because they just got rid of like so many good pieces. They got rid of Kyle Fuller. He was a really good corner.
I mean, you could maybe say they go Caleb Farley, especially because he's falling, but.
Say that. Do you just go back with the corner again? You traded your mans and you got a new one on a rookie contract now?
Caleb Farley and Greg Newsome, I think, are really good corners. Both of them, actually.
Great. They're both great. First round picks, in my opinion. Which is coming up there.
You know what? Honestly, for some reason, I don't think that they take Mac Jones.
Okay.
And I think they take let's say Caleb Farley.
You think they take Caleb Farley to replace Kyler Fuller? I don't think it's a bad pick. I don't think it's a bad pick at all, to be honest. I think it's kind of a good pick. I wouldn't doubt that. I can definitely see that happen.
For Chicago's sake, I don't want them to take Mac Jones there.
Yeah.
And what you know what I mean? Because what are you banging on that he's gonna sit under Andy Dalton and then just become a stud?
Yeah, no, it would have made no sense to get Andy.
I see that happening. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll just say that. I would not be surprised if I saw that happen.
What
Okay.
if Chicago passed on Mac Jones?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised, especially with Andy Dalton. But I would also,
But I
I like
also
Mac
wouldn't be
Jones there.
surprised. Yeah,
I like
I
Mac
also
Jones there,
wouldn't
but
be
I wouldn't
surprised if they did take,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either or. I would not be surprised either or. But okay, Paul, now you have the Colts pick. Who do you think they're going to go there?
Well, I mean, there's not looking like too many offensive linemen are still strong, like with the first round value at least here. So probably gonna go corner.
And go with Greg Newsom?
Back-to-back corners. Yeah, Newsom.
I mean, that makes sense too. I'm not really sure exactly who their corners are and what their situation
I
is.
like O-line too. I like them to get O-line or not that, or like an O-line, more O-line pieces for Wentz.
Yeah.
Like that idea entirely, but I don't know I'm not really too big on the names for this year with offensive linemen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay. So now I'm here with the Titans. I think this is a little bit of an easier pick. I was a little nervous about this pick as far as like who I'm going to go here, but now thinking about it, like I understand, I see like their needs here on the left hand side right here, and edge is not that high, but I think edge should be huge for them. I really do. I'm surprised it's not. So I think they're going to go Azeez Ojulari, who actually the Giants have been connected to. So obviously, I think the kid's pretty good. And I'm going to go him. I think they really need an edge rusher badly, and I think that just only makes sense to me. And I guess we've worked out this again, where Austin now has his team with the Jets. Who do you think the Jets are going to take here at 23, Austin?
Yeah, how did this work?
See, I was really hoping that either like real life draft time that either Greg Newsom or
Farley?
Caleb Farley were to fall to us.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at it, I don't think that we take Christian Barmore, although I think he's really good because I think our D line is like
it's solid.
We're solid right now. I think we're maybe like an edge rusher a piece away from becoming like disgusting defensive line.
Yeah.
But now that I'm like looking at it, do you think the Jets would just take like Elijah Moore here?
Or receiver? I don't know.
Wouldn't doubt it.
But I also like.
I mean, I know you guys probably need linebacker help too, and I was listening to a podcast from Daniel Jeremiah, whatever his name is, and he said his favorite player in this draft is Jamin Davis from Kentucky. Just to give
he's a good player too. He is a good player.
I wouldn't doubt that.
He is a good player.
So you definitely think you're going defense here, though?
I think it makes more sense, especially because you guys already got Corey Davis in like a borderline number 1 wide receiver. Denzel Mims is something too. You guys,
I think Mims is a good player. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think we can wait on a wide receiver.
Yeah,
because I think there's a deep wide receiver class this year. Like, there's a bunch of good wide receivers.
I feel like it's just like you got those 3-star names.
Yeah, exactly. Because they balled out. They had a great, college.
Different balance. Early first round picks.
But I mean, like, there's players always like Devontae Adams fell to like late second round. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
All the time. People you could develop.
Yeah. I mean, Antonio Brown, wasn't he like a 6th round pick? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
That like for Devontae Smith, like I know he's gonna ball out. Like he's gonna.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like wide receiver winning the Heisman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why he's drafted that high.
Yeah, exactly.
But like if you're not getting him, like I'm not taking a receiver like 23, 24, personally.
But
honestly, I don't mind Davis here.
You don't? And I think it's a good pick, especially.
I think that is a good. I think that's a good pick.
With the fact that you guys need that, and also how highly Daniel Jeremiah ranked him. He said he's probably one of his favorite players in the draft. So I think it's a great pick for you guys.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick, actually.
Okay, Paul, you're up next, and I think this is an easy pick. I do.
I
know it's not one of their top needs according to this mock draft, but
2 picks here that I think Pittsburgh goes with, and this is kind of a hot take too. It's either they try to revive that old Le'Veon Bell days and go with Najee Harris here, or they say Big Ben is getting on his way out. We're going to take Mac Jones to sit for 2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Those are the exact 2 I was thinking.
I'm thinking Mac Jones isn't that guy. They go with Najee here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's me.
Dude, you're saying Mac Jones is going to – wow.
This isn't it, bro. I'm not investing a first-round pick in him. That's just it's not worth it.
Yeah, right. It's like hard for me to.
Najee Harris, the Steelers. Then this is pretty crazy.
Much from these QBs who are like, we're always like, oh, I don't know, he could break out. You know, it's like we don't know. Like it's like unless I'm guaranteed, like I know this guy could do something for me. Like
dude, I'm looking at the draft. Then like where does
Mac Jones go? Like yeah, he won a natty chip.
Right, I'm looking at it too. I'm like, does he go to the
from the guy that was carrying him who got drafted before him? That's who won the
natty. Does he go to the Saints? You think?
No, because what's his name? They have Winston.
But Winston hasn't done nothing yet. You Breeze left. You have one QB here who's.
What if you sit Mac Jones?
No, compete.
Well, let's see where we go here then. So if Paul took Najee Harris, I'm here with the Jaguars, and wow,
Najee Harris on Pittsburgh.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be a little crazy, and I'm gonna go with Rashawn Bateman. You know, he's a really fast, big wide receiver. Gives you another weapon for Trevor. I'm gonna go Bateman. I'm gonna go Bateman, especially because I don't really see any good offensive linemen here that I feel comfortable taking. Yeah. I think Bateman might be the guy there. I really do. He's a huge wide receiver, big target for him to, I like that. I like that pick. All right, Austin, you got the Browns pick. And who do you think they go here? Is right.
I'm thinking either Alex Leatherwood or Christian Barmore.
Okay. I don't hate that.
Yeah. But, huh?
Did you say Barmore?
Yeah, I think they either take him or the offensive tackle from Alabama.
I think they go defense, personally.
Because I think he's good too, Alex Leatherwood. I think he's actually a pretty good offensive tackle. But yeah, I honestly, we'll go with Christian Barmore.
Alabama, I know he's gonna be good.
I think that's a good pick. A lot of people like Christian Barmore a lot. People say he's a stud, and especially I don't really know who's their defensive tackle. I don't really know who their defensive tackle.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think he's actually a really good player.
Picture this. Now you can have this guy, this young kid. Then you have Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah,
that's pretty gross if you ask me.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, Paul, you're up with the Ravens. Who do you think they're going with here?
I think that man Elijah Moore dropped a little too many picks for me. I think he's gonna go to the Ravens here.
I think
that's a great pick.
I think it's a great pick, Paul.
Yeah.
I would love that for the Ravens, especially my buddy.
Because they need wide receiver help.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
They need it bad.
You can't keep running forever.
Okay, so I guess I'm the guy that decides. I don't see Jones going to the Saints. I think that Jones could probably go to the football team. He can go to the Bears, or he can go to the Steelers. I don't see him going anywhere else.
I don't see him having success on any of those teams you just labeled either. That's the sad part.
Dude, I don't.
Yeah, realistically, right? I'm just like,
if I can't see him getting it done with Bill Belichick, I don't think he's getting it done anywhere else. That's just me.
Wow.
As a young buck, it's not like we traded for him in the offseason and he's on the down end of his career. Like we're drafting you. Like you're fresh. You're right out of college, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like
it's not like
okay. Okay, I feel good with this. I'm gonna go with Jason Owayu or whatever his name. Jason Owayu. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but he's from Penn State. He's a stud player. Super fast, super big. And I think it's probably the best. I think this is gonna be the best one. I think it's gonna be the best one to Jason Owayu.
Eric Stokes is still there.
But now we have to act like, because we had done this before. I'm sorry we couldn't. I don't have premium. I'm sorry, but Paul is going to be acting like this is the Patriots pick, or actually, sorry, Austin will be acting like this is the Patriots pick because we're acting like the Patriots had traded back with the swap first round picks with Green Bay. So this is going to be pick, and we're acting like this is
for the Pats.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm acting as the Pats here.
Yes.
I think, dude, realistically, I'm looking at Eric Stokes right now. I think Eric Stokes is going to be a baller corner. I don't know if the Pats need him.
No, we're taking – all right. So as a Pats fan, I'll put my insight in.
Yeah, you think that Eric Stokes is a good pick? I think he's a great pick there.
We're taking a corner. All right, so if we're not trading back, we're taking like Certain or Horn because they're like I think they'll still be.
That's
there.
what right. You would need the corner either way. I think Eric Stokes. I think they'd have to. Yeah.
Out of my mind. That's why we were trying to trade Gilmore last year. It's like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what. Yeah, and I think Eric Stokes is actually. I did not think he was that far down.
Nah,
I kind of forgot about him actually.
Yeah,
I think that's a great pick there, Eric Stokes.
No, yeah, I think they go.
Eric Stokes? I think it's a top pick too. I think they definitely need corner, especially because they don't seem to be that high anymore. And what's his name anymore on Gilmore, especially because of all the rumors they've had. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good pick. Okay, so Paul, on to the Bills, and I've been kind of keying the Bills to do this for a while now, and I'm wondering if you would agree with me. But who do you think they're going to go here?
I thought well, Stokes just got snagged, so like that was the man. I think they're going to be really upset to watch him go right before they get to pick. But
yeah,
maybe. Who?
Well, just think of it like this. What's the one piece on that offense that's not that great?
It's a running back, so it's maybe Javonte Williams or not. Etienne, from Clemson, right?
Travis Etienne.
I don't know how to.
Travis Etienne, I think, is a stud, and I think
he's going to be so good. I actually want the Jets to pick him second round. I was hoping he'd fall second round.
That would be huge if you guys could do that. I think that'd be a great pick.
I really like that. I do like that pick. I've heard that.
I think it'd be a great pick, especially because Travis Etienne is.
I think he could fall to the second round, though. The thing is,
you never know.
Yeah.
Especially with Najee Harris going later than like most probably would predict, like 20.
That's what I mean, right? That's what I mean, like.
Because if Harris,
but now that I'm looking at it, it's like either way, even if he doesn't fall, like I like that because we have like the first pick or second pick in the second round. So
and you could probably get that kid Javonte Williams, who a lot of people are high.
Yeah, we're getting like, dude. I mean, all these players still are like really fucking. They're all good players here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Okay.
No, I mean, like it's not like we're gonna hit like the first round's over and then it's like
it's like all dirt from here, you know? Yeah.
It's just on. Like, what do we do?
Yeah, like.
No, okay, so now we're on to the Chiefs pick. This is gonna be my pick. I think this is a pretty easy pick. I think they're gonna go Alex Leatherwood here. He's a good corner or a good offensive tackle from Alabama, big kid. So, and that's what they need. You saw the poor Patrick Mahomes running for his life during that Super Bowl. They picked up Joe Thuney. That's a great pickup for them, but they need more help on that offensive line, and more offensive linemen for cheap is not going to hurt them. I think they're going to go with Alex Leatherwood or some kind of offensive lineman there.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick there. Yeah.
Okay, Austin. Now you have the Bucs. This is the last pick of this video, and let's see if Austin can finish it out right. Who do you think Who do you think they're going here?
No idea.
Like what are the Bucs?
They need like they literally just dominated in the Super Bowl last year. Like,
would you just go with BPA, best player available?
Probably.
Literally don't think they could. I think they could literally skip the draft this year and still contend with.
I think Trayvon Mullen is a really good player, and I think they just take him there.
Even though the fact they have what's his name?
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't even need it. Like
I'm saying, they do not. They have the team, brother. Here, that's why they won the check. Like
they say their number one needs wide receiver, and I'm like, how is that?
Godwin, Antonio Brown, like Mike Evans.
Yeah, like they have Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. I'm like, how is?
I mean, their other need is an edge. You can go with this Joe Tyron guy. I haven't heard much about him, but.
Dude, I have no idea. Like, you have Leonard Fournette, Rojo as your dual running back, and you have Tom Brady at the helm. Like, I don't know what.
And they have a good offensive line, and they have a really good defense. I don't know what they do here.
They don't need anything.
Realistic.
Trade. Honestly, I'd trade. I'd trade my first. I'd be like, look, I'll give you my first round and give me 3 seconds for the next.
Right, like just trade back.
For me, if I'm a franchise owner, it's like I have Tom Brady here. Like I'm going back to the chipper and I'm competing next year. I'm just gonna stock up for when he retires.
Do you just take like Samuel Cosme as like depth
on the O line? That's a good pick.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one in doubt, go O line.
Right, like for a bad thing to have a good offensive lineman on your team.
All right, we'll go Samuel Cosme. That's not a bad pick. Just more, the more the better,
Yeah,
yeah. All right, yeah. So here has been our picks and everything. Obviously, we'll go over it. We got Trevor Lawrence going first, 3 quarterbacks in the first 3 picks, and then 2 weapons. This is going to be an electric first 5 picks if this happens.
Yeah.
I think this has been a great first round mock draft. I like this a lot. The only real surprise that I really have here. Oh, also we have to act like this is not the Patriots, the Packers, just to like everyone remember that.
Yeah.
The only real surprise that I could really honestly see here is no one picking what's his name?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. That's
Yeah.
the only real surprise I see here. But hey, man, you never know. You never know.
Now we violated Mac Jones today.
We did. I mean, it's just like for me, like personally, for me, it's like as a GM, like I was just like thinking as a GM for all those teams, and I'm like, is Mac Jones really worth my first pick here?
Dude, I'm gonna keep it 200. Like how I was against Zach Wilson, right?
Yeah.
For a good chunk of time, and then I really started out, and I was like, well, am I going like Mac Jones or like Trey Lance? And I was like, no.
That's what I'm. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I was like, I guess Zach Wilson really is a valid pick then. When you really look
like realistically, like
still he's good, and then it's just like everything else is just so cool.
That's what I mean. It's like you're not taking Trey Lance or Mac Jones with the second.
And that's why we got the first 3 studs and quarterbacks going in the top 3, and that's why we had the receivers for the top 3 studs going 7 or what we have 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, we have the top. Yeah, we have 5, 6, 7. We have Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, and Jalen Waddle going 5, 6, 7. And guys, I see that. I see that, dude.
Like honestly, like yeah.
I think we did, the first like 10 picks.
I think we nailed them.
I think we sniped.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, this is very, very, very possible.
I think the Broncos should take Trey Lance. If they take Trey Lance, I'll be fired up. I'd be so fired up. I'd be like, thank you for getting ready to lock. Bro.
Yeah, right. You're like, oh yeah.
It's not good. It's not good. I mean, you see him dance, bro. He scores a touchdown, and he's like, oh, touchdown. Like, nah, man. Like you're an NFL quarterback. Like, you put up a touchdown. Like 8-7, bro. You do it, man. God.
All right, yeah. Do you guys have any closing remarks before we wrap this up? I think it's been great.
I mean, hopefully
the
Patriots get it done. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I think we did a great job here, guys. Austin, you got anything to say before we go?
No, I think it was a great mock draft. Really great
yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, I think this has been great. I really enjoyed this, and we're only, I think now, what are we, like 8 days away? I think.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, like 8 days.
Close. We're really close to this draft. I'm looking forward to it a lot. But yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, thanks for coming, and we're definitely gonna be having you guys on more. And I really enjoyed this, and yeah, thanks, guys. All right, peace out.